Hey everyone, what is going on? And today, slightly change the video. I don't really have anything planned at the moment or anything coming up. I will have a new second part of how not to pick up girls on yellow. That will also be coming back. It got mixed with bad reviews, and I can see why people don't like it. You know, it seems like I'm being offensive to the girls. It's not. It's all for fun. I'm not trying to be a douche to girls. It's just for fun, chat ups. I let the girls know what's going on afterwards, and they're okay with it. So it's all for fun. So yeah, let's get into the video's topic today. So today we're going to be talking about fears and phobias and what kind of effect that has on a person. I'm going to go through 10 questions about fears and phobias. First question: what is your biggest fear for yourself? My biggest fear for myself, first of all, that I'm not going to get into the profession that I really want. I love acting and I really want to become a proper actor. I don't have the skills right now and I'm not that great at it. I need to improve that, and I'm always trying my best to do that. But you know, everything, it takes practice, it takes training for it. And then, you know, you become the best, and you do the best you can, and that's what you can do in life. First of all, like, I'm afraid that I'm not going to get that kind of life, the life that I want. I'm always afraid I'm not pushing myself to the exact extent that I should be. I don't want to leave this world not having accomplished more than one thing. I never want to leave this world only saying that I had this and I accomplished this one thing. I want to be able to accomplish several things in my life, just to make sure that I've taken up the extent of what I have, because life is short, it can end at any moment, and I want to make sure that as every year goes by, I'm doing something to either get me there, or I've already accomplished something and to be proud of before, if I die or pass away. Second question: what is your biggest fear for the world? My biggest fear for the world is that the world is corrupt. It's always going to be corrupt. You can't purify the entire world. I'm worried that the world is going into a sort of state where people are in panic and everyone's trying to supply themselves and their countries. I'm talking about governments here. They're in panic, and world leaders are trying to stock up on military arms, and I just feel like there's an inevitability that war will break out eventually over the next 20 years or even shorter. Like, we have certain world leaders right now that aren't doing the best job that they should, and they're kind of just stirring the pot. 3. Why do we feel fear? I think we feel fear because it's something that we actually need. I feel like if you don't have fear, you've got no driving force to push you forward in life. We feel fear because there are certain things in the world that, you know, we all don't like, and we all might have a tendency to run away from. And that's why we all feel fear, because it's an emotion. We can't help it. You can't get rid of it. You need it. It has to be there. People can say they get rid of fear. It's not true. You will always have some form of fear in your life, and you're going to have to deal with that somehow. Fear will always be there, even if it's necessary or not. Question 4. How often do you feel afraid? I think with everything I do in my life and everything that I have, I've always got some form of thing that's making me afraid. I always have a fear of what I'm going to do next, if it has a death risk. And I feel like I've got that fear that I could die in that situation. It can happen. Do you feel it at least every once in a while? I do feel it a lot. And I don't like it, no. But I do feel like I need it. 5. Why do people have different fears? People have different fears because everyone's afraid of a different thing. No one's afraid of the same thing because everyone has a different reaction to something. No one is the same. So one person might fear a train, another person might fear spiders, fear them. So, you know, you got a difference between people that fear trains, spiders, heights, bungee jumping, whatever. Everyone's got their own fear for their own reason of why they don't like it. I think that's what sets everyone apart, because I just don't feel like everyone has their own different thing. People may share fears, but I feel like everyone's got their own different type of fear. 6. How do you react to fear? I react to fear by using it to my advantage and to, as I said, strive and push me forward. I use it as a tool to push my capabilities and my ableness to do a task or go out there and try something. I use that fear to push myself to accomplish the best at what I set out to do. It doesn't always work, it's not a 100% thing, but it helps so much, and it helps so much for me. I feel like I really used it well and efficiently as a tool to help guide me when I'm doing, when I'm running into an obstacle or I hit a wall. I use that fear to help drive me to jump over that wall and get past it. So when I go past it, I can face that next wall, and it'll be the same thing. I will always try my best to get over that wall, and I use fear to help me drive that passion. Question 7. How would you help someone to get over their fear? To get over your fear, you don't just okay, if you have a fear of roller coasters, getting on a roller coaster isn't going to get rid of your fear. You'll have that adrenaline rush because you're afraid of it. It's like, wow, I just did that. I can't believe I just did that. But then you leave it for a while and that fear will grow back, and you'll have the same reaction to it the next time you come back, because your body will have forgotten that experience. Because that high that you get from coming off of a roller coaster, if you're afraid of being on one, will leave you quite shortly after that event. So I guess repeating it and doing the thing that you're most afraid of will actually eventually get rid of it. I just feel like you can postpone fear, but you can't get rid of it. There's no way of eradicating it, because you just can't. You're always going to be either afraid of a new things coming into the world in your lives. You can't stop that, and you could be afraid of that new thing that's coming into your life. So you can't get rid of it, but you can bury it or stop it and try to get past that fear, and you can do that, but you're going to pick up another fear eventually. Question 8. Have you ever panicked with fear? I have panicked with fear. I've been in certain situations where I'm training. In training, you know, I get that fear, and I panic on what I'm going to do in that situation. If I hit myself, or I get any kind of injury from training, then yeah, I'm going to be extremely afraid, because I'm afraid for what it entails for my body. If this is going to be a lifelong thing, is it going to stay with me? And I panic because I'm worried that this could seriously screw up my life. So that fear, yeah, gives me the rush to go do something, but if you push yourself too much, you need to slow down and think for a situation. You could end up seriously panicking over a situation, and it could get really bad for you. Question 9. What happens to you physically and emotionally when fear takes hold of you / overcomes you? I don't think you physically or emotionally become stable. I think no one really deals with that well. Like we just talked about how you get panic easily, and I think that comes into it in the sense that you're physically and emotionally damaged, and you're in a state where you need people around you really to help you and calm you down. Yourself start to think over the situation, and then you sort of come back, because you kind of lose yourself, and you kind of just go into a state where you're not aware of what's going on around you. You're just insanely afraid, in such a panic state where you need someone there to calm you down, or something to help calm you down in that situation, in order for you to snap back and start to think, and then you're going, okay, I just need to take breaths, I need to calm down, overcome that. 10. How often do you jump or start when something frightens you? All the time. If I see a spider, so recently we had huntsmen come into our house, and my phobia is roller coasters, like I was talking before, and spiders. I do not like spiders, or really any kind of insect, just spiders the most. Others I can deal with. I don't really like them, but I get over it. Spiders I cannot be around. We had 2 spiders, huntsmen, which aren't deadly. They're not dangerous spiders. They're very common in houses in Australia, and people like to keep them around in Australia because they get rid of insects that come in like flies in summer. Like you get loads of flies, so they'll kill them all. They got a food source, so that's a problem. I can't take that. I cannot have huntsmen or any kind of spider in my house. Oh, it's not the fear of getting bit and getting, you know, you're gonna get, if it's poisonous spider, you could be rushed to hospital. It's not that. I just don't like them. I don't like the way they crawl. How they have legs and they just scramble around, how big they are or how small they are. I just don't like the feeling of them on my skin. I feel like whenever when I was a kid, I went near one and it dropped onto my foot, and then for the next day, I thought something was on me the whole time, and I was like in that state of panic where I was just like, whoa, what just touched me, what just touched me? And there's nothing there. I was overreacting and overthinking stuff. And I let the fear take over me for that entire day. So these huntsmen came into the house. There was one of them, and then there was 2 of them. And I told my parents, could you get rid of them? And they're like, no, we'll do it tomorrow. And I was like, I really wanted to get rid of them because I could not sleep. I was like lying on the bed, and then I'll get up and I go to look around to see on the roof, because I have air ducts in my room. This is what I think about. This is what I'm thinking about. They could come through the air ducts, like they're like Mission Impossible style, coming through the air ducts to come take me out. No, I went to the bathroom to go check if there were any out there. Couldn't even make it to the bathroom because I used my flash and I saw one, and it did come upstairs. And then just as it saw me hit the flash, because huntsmen are really, they dart pretty quick because they get scared easily. I'm afraid, but the spider is as afraid as me as I am of it. So it sees me with a flashlight, it's gonna run because it's like, what the heck's going on? So it starts to spin a web. This is another thing I don't like about spiders. The way they spin a web and come down is the creepiest thing ever with their legs. The way they just like move them as they come down. It is so weird. And it creeps me out massively. So I saw it do it, and I saw it land on the floor, and I was like, no, I'm not doing that. Shut my door. Barricade it up. I put clothing under my door. Make sure they couldn't scramble under the door, because spiders get through cracks so easily. They live in cracks. So I put clothing under the door so they couldn't get through. I sticky taped my air ducts so they could not get in through the air ducts. That's how paranoid I am when it comes to spiders. Roller coasters, I don't get that paranoid. I'm just afraid of how fast they move, and I especially don't like roller coasters where I'm moving in the dark because I can't see what's going on. Even like water slides, I'm okay with them, but I don't like water slides where I can't see where I'm going because I just feel like I'm falling really quick. So I don't want to get on one. And I just don't like the way it is when I get on one. I feel uncomfortable, I get shocked when I get outside, I'm shaking for like hours, and I just don't like it. Sometimes I feel good, I feel like really energetic, and I'm like, oh, I want to do another one. But that's not how it is for me most of the time. I barricaded the entire room, and I was just like worried. I was like, nah. And then I went back to sleep. I finally got to sleep at like 4 AM. These 2 little spiders, they won't even do anything. They won't even come into my room. So the next day, my parents were sucking them up with the vacuum, and they didn't kill them. They put them back outside, and then they came in a few more times, and then eventually, I haven't seen them for nearly a week now. But that was just my funny story about how I dealt with the issue. I do not deal with spiders well. Thank you for watching the video today, guys. It means a lot for everyone who subscribes to this channel. All 30 of you, thank you so much. Thank you for the views. I'm pretty sure I'm either at or very close to 1,000 views now, so that's a landmark for me, and a big step forward in my pursuit of YouTube. Sorry for not uploading as much, very bad on me, but I'm going to be working on some stuff over the next few weekends with a few people. Hopefully they get on board with me and we can work on these videos. But yeah, I will be working with some people, and yeah, thank you. Follow the Instagram, follow my Twitter, they will all be linked below. Thank you for the support, guys. Thank you so much. Love you guys so much. Thank you. See ya.
We do things without thinking about the consequence. I'm not a saint, but I care for more than just myself. The smoking drinks become a little more than just for fun. When I get older, I hope I don't forget everyone. I'm paranoid about the people that I cannot see, and when the lights are off, I'm scared there's people staring.